And a word I learnt this week was neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity means the ability to form and reorganize synaptic connections, especially in response to learning. So TA is all about change. We've all got the ability to change. Don't say, oh no, well, that's me, I can't change, that's the way I think. Not at all. Neuroplasticity means we can change the synapses in our brain, and we can change the way we think, and therefore the way we make decisions and what we decide upon. And that's really what counselling's all about. It's the first thing I used to say to clients. Counselling is about change. And to make change, we have to understand. And so that I find TA is a very good way of helping us to understand. So there's some things that we say in TA that, everyone has the capacity to think and change. So I can think, you can think, and that if we think, if we have the capacity to think, obviously some people can't if they've had brain injury or they have severe mental health problems. But most of us have the capacity to think and therefore to change. And also in TA, which is one of the most important things about TA, is we say people are okay. I'm okay, you're okay. And we're okay in the fundamentals of being human. What we do might not be okay, but as humans, we are okay. So I say, I'm okay, you're okay. Now, that's the way we want to be in life. I'm okay, you're okay. And when you think about it, we were talking about a negative nurturing parent, and what she was saying to people is, you're not okay because you can't do it for yourself. You need me to help you. You can't sort things out. You're not okay. And do you remember last week I talked about our power being diminished because of that? So we want to say, you're okay, I'm okay. And that's what she says. You're okay. You can look up the train times. If you need a hand, just ask. But we're saying, you're okay, I'm okay. We don't want to take that away from anyone. Another important thing is we can't be made to feel by others. People say, oh, they make me feel. No, because we can choose the way we feel about certain things that are happening or going on. We can decide, and then the decisions we've made in the past, we can change. This neuroplasticity, we might learn new ways of being, and so we can change the decisions we made. Yeah, so that's very, very important. Now, when we're infants or small people, we make decisions about ourselves, the world, the people around us, and those decisions that we made then might be causing us to feel uncomfortable. I mean, let's face it, she made those decisions because grown-ups in her life were telling her, you must, you should, you ought, Yes, you must always be kind, you must always be helpful. And so that's what she is. But she can change. She can change those decisions, and she can change to decide, how do I feel? What do I think? Do you need a hand? Just ask. So we might gain insight, and we might then be able to change the decisions we made as a child. And these are real and lasting changes. And some people like to make a journal or a map about the changes that are happening to them whilst they go through counselling, or whilst they, are learning these new techniques. And so if it suits you, it never suited me, as I've told you. I could never keep it up. I prefer it just to be a change that I can feel. But some people like to do journaling. And so it might be that you could make some journal things. How do I feel? What do I think? What do I feel? Feel, think, behaviour. Behaving, thinking, feeling. What was my behavior? What was I doing at that time? What was I thinking? And what was I feeling? They are the 3 words that we are going to use all the way through TA. What was she thinking? She's thinking, yeah, I ought to help that person because, they'll struggle otherwise and it'll be hard for them. What was she feeling? Oh, she's feeling this feeling of, if I don't, it wouldn't be right. Yeah, they need help. It's up to me to do it. And so how was she behaving? Okay, she was being quite direct in the way she was talking to that person. So yeah, to note those 3 things down, behaving, thinking and feeling in your journal might be helpful. Now, we talked about an ego state. This is the negative nurturing parent ego state, and this is the positive nurturing parent ego state. Now, this ego state is a name to describe a way of being. It's not a thing inside of me. So I'm not going to say, oh, the child inside of me wants to do this or that. No, it's a name we give to the behaving, thinking, and feeling that we're experiencing at the moment. So, the negative nurturing parent involves a discount. No, you can't do it. You're not okay. It's a discount. I mean, it's such a shame for her because she's running herself ragged, isn't she? Thinking that she's doing right. But actually, what she's doing is she's discounting. She's saying you're not okay. Whereas this positive regard, you're okay. And that's what we want. There's a lot to take in. You might like to replay that and just let that and understand it, because they are the fundamentals of TA. Okay, so I'm going to introduce to you 2 more parents, and then we will have done the parent ego states. So here we go with another negative parent. This one does this discount again. You're not okay. I'm okay. There he is, off to work. He's okay. You're not okay. He often uses those words, should, ought, must. You know what you should do. You know what you ought to do. Yeah, you know what you must do. He puts this not okay on the other person. Oh, yeah. The negative, controlling parent. None of us like to be controlled by someone who says should or must. But do we employ that ourselves? Do we find ourselves saying, you know what you should do, even with a smile on our face? You know what you ought to do? Yeah. You know what? Or we say it to ourselves. I must. Yeah. I must. We can turn it in on ourselves. I should. I ought. Negative controlling parent. We're going to be talking about these a lot more. So don't worry, just absorb it. Just get the picture. I thought he summed up the negative controlling parent. Of course, we've got the positive controlling parent. Maybe a school teacher, a grown-up in our life when we were young, because don't forget, it's thoughts, feelings and behaviours copied from grown-ups, teachers or adults in our lives. And this teacher was a super one. Never put us down. I'm okay, you're okay. But what he did say was, look left and right before you cross the road. Don't burp when you're in company. All the things that have taught us and we've copied that have stood us in good stead for our adult life. I'm okay, you're okay. He certainly never gave it with a discount or with a not okay message. So this is what we want. All the things that we copied when we were kids, when we were children, and we've brought them up with us today, thoughts, feelings, and behaviours copied from our grown-up figures in our lives. This one was always, you're okay, I'm okay. Don't talk to strangers. Yeah. Get home before it gets dark. All those things. Be kind to others. Yeah. But always with an I'm okay, you're okay. This one not. I'm okay, you're not okay. Behaving, thinking, and feeling. So we'll look into that a little bit more next week. I'm going to show you the child ego state. Now, something that may help you when you're in this, maybe, or when you're, well, just something, let's apply it to that, but something that might help you, I've found, is my emotional purse. And I was talking to someone this week about my emotional purse. Someone might say, oh, can you do that for me? Or, you just see a need. Yeah, you just see a need. And you're the nurturing parent and you want to help. And that would be okay if you did it from an I'm okay, you're okay. You need some help. I don't mind. I've said to you, if you need help, just ask. But at the same time, we need to say, how much money have I got in my emotional purse? And when I look in my imaginary emotional purse, today, well, I've got £6 in there. So I must have been doing some things to put that money in. Actually, I did. Had a couple of nice days just replenishing my emotional purse. And that's good to see up there. Yeah, £6. Now, I might have looked up there and seen how much money was in my emotional purse. It might only been 10 pence. Now, what this person, I've said, if you need a help, if you need a hand, just ask. They might come and ask me, oh, can you give me a hand? Well, I've said I would. You're okay, I'm okay. But what they're asking me to do is actually going to cost me £1. I've only got 10 pence in my emotional purse. So what I need to ask myself before I say yes is, can I put some more money in my emotional purse soon? In other words, can I have a rest? Can I take some time out? Whatever it is. I mean, crafting puts money in my emotional purse. Crafting's very good for my mental health. Whatever, it might be a run for you. It might be all different things. But whatever it is, can you, in the immediate future, put that money in your emotional purse? If you can't, you're going to be running on deficit. You're going to be running on overdraft. And that's just not healthy for us. And what some people do is they do that all the time. And when they check in their emotional purse, wow, are they in deficit? So they've got to stop giving for the time being, put some money in, maybe have a holiday or do some crafting or take some time out, put some money into their emotional purse. Yeah, have a good rest or go for a run or whatever it is that puts that money in your emotional purse. And then you're in a position to help someone. Until that time comes, then you're going to be running on deficit. And even though you're in I'm okay, you're okay mood, that's not going to be good for us. So there's just something that you might learn. Look back, other times when you've really given of yourself, but that's cost you and you haven't put that money back in. So I'm always checking my emotional purse, and I'm very pleased to say I've got quite a bit of money in there. That's through taking some time out last week.